They're gonna totally make another season, right? Alright, so science has been moved to the way over here. That's why science has stopped. Ming has done a build, which I suppose we could rate calculator now that it's actually built. Whoa. Got some strong deficits there. You're missing a machine to make parts. Try bolts. Actually, I guess you need 1.5. Gear production as well could definitely benefit from at least one more machine. So this number here is the number of machines missing. So yeah, 2.75 more machines doing copper cable, 1.5 doing more iron sticks. Yeah, I'm thinking if we want to try to scale science that we're going to want to make it perfect. I shall assist. You use Telmod to math out 1 per second. Yeah, according to this, you are getting 1 per second. However, would that not require all of these to be accurate too? Like, I don't think you're actually going to get a full throughput of 1 per second if these aren't also mapped. It's going to be whichever machine is, you know, whichever one's the least of, or something. So this one's off by a third. This one's off by more than a third. It's probably the gears are going to slow everything down. So you're only going to get probably, would that be 40%? You have one machine and it wants 2.5. You're probably only going to get about 0.4 production per second right now. If I'm eyeballing the math. Actually, the copper coil might be the biggest. Yeah. Obviously, right? Because 1.5 is less than 2.75. Yeah, the copper coil is going to slow everything down. Okay. Well, I'm not attempting to be disagreeable. I just, you know, just rate calculator all these machines and it's saying that, so. Nerd Nick. This is just 100% gonna be me judging other builds. Yeah. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying, I'm just very good at it. Rate calculator can't take fractional machines into account. Fractional machines. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that, because it's clearly illustrating fractional machines right here. It's saying that it wants 2.5. Alright, well, we were talking about doing a bus. I don't know, I kind of like the idea of, like, doing, maybe even vertical bus, and then, like, smelting over here so that it can just be fed in. And so we could just start routing all of the plates that we've done over towards the science area for now and see what happens. It'll evolve over time. So I guess that is... This is an ash belt. And this is our iron. This is all we have for iron, is one column. And it just goes into boxes right now. So... what is the best way to get over there? Perhaps it'd be better just to build a new, like, more permanent smelting area, rather than try to route stuff from where it is now to there. But we don't have splitters, which makes it awkward to actually build full smelting areas. Welcome back, Speculatius. This one inserter is pulling ash out. And it looks like it ended up over here. I'm not sure that that inserter is planned well. Yeah, and like the ash over here as well. That's probably from that one boiler. I don't think that there is any way for the ash to get processed on this belt. Splitters are easy to research, but building them is a pain because circuits are fun. Yeah, I still have problems with U5, but had I not been out and about as late as I was last night, I'm intending to record a solo campaign and put it on YouTube, since I can't stream the game. Also, I kind of caught the Factorio bug hard before I left for Florida. I thought there was a chance that I might get back from Florida and not remember that I was obsessed with Factorio again, but I was wrong. Seem to have low power. Very low power. Steam engines are really struggling. It's funny how even when they have multiple inserters, they just struggle to actually pull fuel in quickly enough. This is still burnable, right? What is this? Coal dust. Yeah, it's fine. But this ash looks overfilled. Ash is not being processed. That's probably my fault. I just used the even distribution click, so it probably just filled these machines with tons of ash, which just temporarily shut down the automation. That's all. Oh yeah, I want to read up on this thing. So, the Codex. Welcome to the Pyanodon Codex. This book contains helpful information for your success in PyMods. 2% tech completion. 61 mods. We have killed 40 creatures, which must be fish, I would guess. Wow, that is so much fluid. That's gotta be steam, right? Primarily. Caravans. What the hell's a caravan? Fluid index. Avoidable in. This is sortable? Yes. Okay. A-type molasses. Alright, so aside from a massive amount of information, like what are we supposed to get from this whole thing, TP? Most inorganic fuels now produce ash. Much like how uranium fuel cell produces depleted uranium fuel cells. Ash management is a central part of the early game, as it will eventually jam machines if not removed. Yeah, so we're here. We've built at least a few solid separators. What? Liquids such as fluid tar are stored in the pond until the tailings pond is 100% full. Once the pond reaches this threshold, the pond overflows, destroying the fluid and creating rings of highly flammable pollution tiles. Okay. That's, good to know. We're at 80k out of 1 million. Apparently that thing is gonna blow up and destroy 1 million tar at some point. That would be devastating. This one does nothing. Oh, nice. There's an option to disable the insert of throughput. Recipe book. Is this different than... Yeah. Control E. Is this something that, like, Pyanodons mod had before Factorio, like, updated the Factoriopedia or something? Because this seems very similar to the Factoriopedia. Alt-click or Control-Alt-T to directly open the turd page. That's funny. The turd page. Turd. Technological upgrade and research device. Turd. Welcome to the technological upgrade and research device. This page contains permanent upgrades to specific machines. Research the primary technology from the technology tree and the turd upgrade. Options will become available from this menu. Available upgrades include permanent module bonuses, new recipes, and recipe upgrades. Speed bonuses scale with the farm building tier. Productivity bonuses apply to all recipes in a machine. Huh. Turds. Unlocks a choice between 3 upgrades To permanently change the behavior of effect. Oh, cool. So it's not just like a research all the things. It's like a talent tree for tech. Huh. Shift Alt click. Caravan manager. Caravans. That's really cool. Gives the game replay value because you want to do it more than once. Yeah, well, this is definitely something that we'll need to discuss amongst the people in the lobby whenever we get to these. Because apparently you only get to choose between one of the three. Oh, I see. So you click here to see more. So for example, Intense Transmutation Stage 1. Mutate to Iron Digestion. Stage 1 of the Simic Digestive Mutation Program allows the Simic digestive process to directly process geothermal fluids into iron. The effect is unslimed iron. Huh. Mutate to copper digestion. Mutate to quartz. Intense Mutation Stage 2. Stage 2 allows Simic digestive process to directly process sodium-based mother liquor into coal. We're gonna do animal husbandry. Neat. Bum 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 bum. Oh, I'm feeling very unproductive at the moment. I need to do something. I need to, like, do something. I know what I'll do. I'm gonna figure out how to get this. I think it's probably easier, actually, to just, send the iron and the copper up and over instead of trying to go through the whole thing. What if we did, like... It's a lot of build. That is very convenient. We do not make enough iron. Oh wow. It's happening. The burners are getting full of ash. That's why there's not enough iron. My goodness. That is a tremendous amount of ash. Smelters are fine because they have an ash output, but it's all these mining drills. We're a Bug Zoo Tech player. They are disabled in the default Pyanodon map generator. I'm not sure why. That is the plan, though. That's just, yep. What to do with all this ash? This is where we process ash, but like, we're super, super behind. I think this setup runs well when it's not being given hundreds, if not thousands, of ash on its own. I guess there are some chests here. I could just throw the ash in here and pretend like it's not my fault. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It's not balanced for it. Takes a little bit before you can even make ammo. Yeah, that must be why you start with like 500 rounds of ammo. Like, we don't even have the tech to make ammo. And we've been playing with multiple players for 4 hours, 25 minutes, so yeah. Makes sense. Spiders would really complicate the... Oh, that's not at all what this machine was supposed to be doing. Okay, you are wanting small parts. Small parts are being never made because there are no iron gear wheels. There are no iron gear wheels because this box needs iron. Got it. Slowly but surely, we will get the resources to science. Bum bum bum. Just a casual 1800 ash. Like, yeah, ash is gonna be everywhere, isn't it? Okay, it is once again not making belt this time because no iron. This one also wants iron. Got it. Need so much belt. What kind of hardcore mod that adds a bunch of new machines, or how is it different from Angel's Ore? I believe it's kind of got like a similar purview. It's meant to have lots of real-world processes. Is some of the things that I've read about it, like... And I think that's also kind of the design intent behind Petrochem. But also, there's alien fauna and whatever, so... If he just wants to watch us suffer, he's not willing to connect and, like, show us what he's got. Even though he's definitely played the mod, you know? Well, there's not much I can do at the moment until I have enough belts, so... actually I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. Get some more ice water. Not from the restroom, but from the fridge. I'll be right back, one second. I have returned. Lazy Builder. Yeah, I've not heard of that. What is that? Alright, that'll hopefully be enough belt to, connect two systems. Right now I'm in this, like, mental state where I'm doing the thing that you do when you're... At least, what I remember doing when I was in college. Making mental promises to yourself to never drink again. Like... never gonna drink again. I'm sure I'll want to drink later, but... right now, no. Never again. You want... oh, you want a mix of belt. Interesting. I guess I could have done that earlier, but the... so this iron feed, Ming, has, plate and ash. It's unfiltered. Like, the ash still needs to be extracted from the feed, but beyond that, if you want a mixed belt, I would probably still keep the source belts pure, and then just create a branch, you know, like a normal bus branch. And then make the hybrid line. Hybrid lines are useful, but they're also, just annoying to have to undo. Or... something. Brain's not working great right now. I will try to improve. Yeah, this this belt with flowers on it's actually quite pretty. Don't you think? Counterproductive to make such promises? Yes. But that's still something that people do to themselves quite often. Oh, that's true. We don't even have splitters to make branches. I completely forgot. Are you completely out of belt? You need some belt? Here. I'll go get the supply that I was using. Hopefully it's made more. I'm sure it's out of iron already. Need more undergrounds. Alright, well that's one down. We also need bricks and wood. Highly doubt bricks are being produced in any kind of reasonable throughput at the moment. Plus they stack so well in your inventory that I think I'm just gonna grab a couple thousand. Bootstrap this shit, you know? Brick was just right here. This is like the source of all brick. Any new people joining today? Who do we have playing at the moment? Just 4 of us. Holy Devil, Ming, Ashnitz. It is later in the day. Yesterday I started at 10, so probably part of it. You too afraid? I get it. I do get it. That said, you should join anyway. Teamwork. Teamwork, teamwork, everybody teamwork. Whoops. Now, when it comes to wood, we have no automated wood yet still, I think. But I remember there was like a lumber building someone had placed at some point. I don't remember where, though. Like a sawmill, I think is what it was. Pretty big building. What's this thing? Right here. Yeah. Oh, interesting. We already have a brick wood line right here. Oh, and you're bringing it over. Nice. Well done. And I am out of belt. Ugh. I want to eat all the things, drink all the water, sleep all day. That sound like a plan? This is definitely the mod that I was wanting to play back when we were doing the Krastorio stuff. I was expecting this. I was expecting it to be mega base requirement. Krastorio was neat, but a bit too simplistic. And I've got the brick on the wrong side. Bum bum. That is very, very little iron. Probably time to stop allowing it to just like go into the box. But if that happens, then we won't have a source of iron plate when we need it. It is awkward. We need to just increase iron production. That's the main thing, I guess. Yeah, I saw that was it you, Ashnitz? You were working on increasing the number of crushers. Which, crushers take a ton of power, I noticed. 1 megawatt each. Right now, the foundries and the crushers are pretty much consuming almost all the energy of the factory. So if we keep on adding too many more, we'll need to also ramp up power. Wait for solid separators? We do have solid separator. We don't have very many. Right now they're being used for ash over here. We've got 3 running. 1 making soot separation and 2 doing ash separation. But there's a, you know, massive backlog on ash. $15,000 there, 10,000 there, 16K, 16K. There's like easily 60, 70,000 ash just sitting in boxes right now. The problem is that even with this many inserters, it's not fast enough. It needs so much ash per second. Yep. Yeah, the red indicator. It's inserter speed. Splitters would certainly help. If you could just merge this ash line with this ash line, then... Oh, I broke this one, whoops. Yeah, it's quite nice that mechanical inserters don't take power. E.R. Kovic, welcome back. Getting a little analysis paralysis at the moment, don't know what to do. This is what Ashlitz has been working on. Interesting. Stone, and then iron ash. Where's the stone coming from? Is that just part of this process? So now we get to filter out the ash and the stone, apparently. You know, there's a recipe I think we already have that allows you to, yeah, you can take stone brick and smash it back down into stone at will with no loss, aside from power consumption. So perhaps you could just cook the stone as a part of this build into brick. That would cut the throughput requirement for the stone byproduct in half, because it's twice as compact. I'm not sure if stone is a limiting byproduct here, though. Paving the world with brick is very appealing to me, always. I try to avoid doing it most of the time because once you start and you don't just have walkable paths, then you just put it everywhere. It gets kind of nuts, but... Well, I suppose we could just... The iron should just all be connected. Go far away. Graphics layers? You mean the size of these machines? Science is indeed sciencing. It's pretty slow though. There's no wood. No, that's not the issue, it's the iron plate. Yeah. Okay, well, that's my job. I'm trying to fix that right now. Kinda. He's trying to get it over there. Nice. Square belt. Good, good. Okay, so this does not have ash filtration yet. But that shouldn't be a problem. For a while, in theory. Some iron. Yay. I feel like science needs more than just 2 plate per second, right? It wants 8. Which means a full half belt. Which means like 10 machines in theory, but okay. So the machines here, Ashnitz, this inserter is placing the entities on the bottom half of the belt, and it physically can't get through your setup because it's always getting blocked right here. So this machine and this machine and this machine functionally cannot connect. Yeah, I've played E5. I have not played it in a few weeks because I was gone, and also just because I've been having difficulty with streaming E5. There's a problem with Windows 11, most likely. I really still think that that's the main issue. But I procrastinated on installing Windows 10 and testing it. Oh, so good. Water's so good. Ooh. Tar processing. 350 tar becomes rich clay and flue gas. And aromatics. To me, the word aromatics means it smells good. It must, right? Because of, like, aroma. Is that what aromatics are? Do they just smell yummy? Yeah, I tried with Vulkan and DX12. The game seems to boot faster and run better on DX12, on Vulkan, excuse me. But apparently Vulkan's not as stable. So we tried doing DX12 or DX11 or something, and it still didn't fix it. If you want to see a very long and exhaustive test process, feel free to go to the computers subreddit, sorry, computers channel on the Discord server. And it's just weeks of testing and ideas that none have helped it. Nothing's fixed it. What makes me think that it's Windows 11? Because Windows 11 changed. Well, first off, Windows 11 was like written by AI, and it's trash. So, second off, and I don't know if I have the right terminology here, so correct me if I get it wrong, but Windows 11 changed some of the actual, like, way that the processor and the graphics card communicate. Like, when it comes to the cache on the processor, L1, L2, L3, all that stuff, like, they changed the actual, like, architecture of communication, and that is theoretically going to make it better, or whatever, but it's also different, and very likely could be causing the problem, because the problem is that the software, the OBS gets behind. It gets behind on rendering, which is a CPU-dependent behavior if I am running it using CPU processing instead of the NVENC chip on the graphics card, but it's a communication problem, basically. The hardware is good. The hardware is amazing. Thanatos and Same Matez, I think it was his name, put together a very, very good PC, but it is having some weird issue. Am I team AMD or Intel for CPU? Well, this is my first AMD processor. I have the 9800 X3D. Yeah, if you want the full build, we have a command for it. I forget what it is though. TV, do you know off the top of your head? Is it just like new PC or just PC or something? Back when we did the build. Yeah, there you go, thanks. So you can go here and see the whole build. The $3,000 computer, like it's not the computer. It's good hardware all around, and at this stage I am only thinking it is Windows. Damn, that RAM's so cheap. I know, right? I know. It's nuts. I built this computer at the exact right time. Like, I got so lucky there. 64 gigs of RAM for 300 bucks. This is what, probably like 1,000 right now? The graphics card's probably a lot more expensive now too. Is there a reason I'm still using Windows 11? Procrastination. I have done step 1, which is to create a partition on the SSD to make space to do a dual boot type thing, but I have not actually installed Windows 10. I'm just procrastinating. Partially because I don't want to install Windows 10 and then test it and have it still be broken. Like, I don't want that to be the answer. I really don't want to discover that it doesn't fix it. So it's like, there's a little bit of fear involved. So I'm just sort of not doing it. That way, I never have to think about the problem. Right? There were issues at launch with the 50 series NVIDIA cards, yeah. But there have also been multiple new drivers that have been released. And from what I can tell, it's not the NVIDIA driver that's causing the issue. Of course, again, worst case scenario, if it still persists under Windows 10, then all I have to do is just go into my storage unit or find my boxes of stuff. Somewhere in a box of stuff, I have a Elgato capture device that I could use as an option. It would not be too difficult to plug it in and figure out how to make OBS use it. But I've only ever used the thing once when I was capturing content for Switch. I have very little experience with Elgato, but it's not a complicated piece of hardware. Botany. We've got flowers on belts. See? Flowers. Are you in the surface or something, Ming? Is that where you're doing your planning, or are you doing it inside, like, Helmod? Or, sorry, Factory Planner? Is there a way for us to see other players' planned stuff in the Factory Planner? I've never used Factory Planner before. Oh, nice. There's a calculator. Oh, neat. Hmm. Seems complicated. I think I might just stick with rate calculator. Neat. Yarkovic, I've assigned you a task. You can find it in the very top left corner. The to-do list. And then you can open it. And then presumably there's a button to say that it's done. Oh, is that it? You just check mark it. That's it. Check. Check, check, checkaroo. Interesting. I like it. We need glass. Well, that's probably going to involve sand. And therefore stone. No. You can make molten glass in a Glassworks Mark 1 from quartz. And then also in a Glassworks Mark 1, you then take molten glass to make glass. So it's a quartz product. Do we have quartz ore being mined? We have 64 million quartz down there. So we need, yeah, we need quartz from way down there. It's the closest source of quartz. Wow. This is very much going to require trains. I do not think it makes any sense to belt it that far. That's real far. I'll run down there with some of these inserters, or these miners, and just get it being mined at least. Hopefully, wait, hold on, does quartz ore require... It might. To mine quartz. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like, I'm just gonna put some chests, and then it can just be a car thing until we get to trains. Every now and then someone could just drive down there and grab a few thousand or whatever. Quartz processing. Problem is there's no fuel down there either. Screw it. Hope it doesn't require, like, a crystal mine. Shit. Hey. Alright. Fluid mining drill. I just need steel. I think we're only gonna get single miner down there on that thing. Watch, I'll get all the way down there and then the damn thing's gonna require, a fluid too. Probably. Presumably this thing's gonna want power too, huh? Two mining speed with a mining area of 11 by 11. Nice. Max power consumption 420, so yeah, it does want power. Great. I'll need 11 billion poles. Means I need logs. Something's wrong with science. We're not making any progress at all. Out of wood. Well, I guess I'll take these 50 logs at least and chuck them into the woodmaker. Okay, I'm heading down to at least get a single quartz mine thing going, so we can get some glass. I assume we need the glass for like the moss slash whatever area. Generally speaking, Bob's Mods did it too, you know. Just need glass to make a greenhouse. And then we can have automated wood, and then we're done. And there's nothing else to build after that. Right? It'd be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Alright, so power from, I guess, just here. This is going to be hideous. Please don't look at it. Need more wood. Crystal Mine Mark 1. Looks like it... I mean, it's a very big structure, but I don't think that it has like a range beyond its indicated little thing here. I guess we'll stick it there. I mean... Nice. No fluid required. Gotta take the moment to watch the animation. Look at that. It's moving back and forth, and it's like digging into the ground. Pretty cool. They're pretty. Mining time 200%. Description for quartz ore. Could be useful. Indeed. Alright, so the quartz ore, to make glass, you can't just cook it. You've got to use the Glassworks Mark 1. And it's a two-step process. Glassworks Mark 1 can craft lamps. Holy shit, it makes 45 lamps at a time? Okay. It's a lot of lamps. Alright, all we're trying to get is glass. So first we're going to make molten glass, which is one of these. Okay. 30 molten glass from crushed quartz. So, looks like it's a three-step process. We're going to take this quartz, we're going to crush it in a jaw smasher building, whatever it's called. Jaw crusher. Crush it in a jaw crusher. Feed it into a thing, which does the thing, and then, okay. Okay. I can do this. I guess you could even just, like, set it all up down here. Like, why not, right? We don't want quartz. No, that's not true. We do probably want quartz. I'm sure we can process quartz better later. Kirkovic, no! Hopefully he comes back. Science is sciencing again. It's good to see. Alright, need more iron. Alright, that should be second glassworks. And then I need a jaw crusher. I think it's kind of cool how these machines, like, to build a jaw crusher requires 4 steam engines. Like, I don't know, I find that cool. Instead of a steam engine just being an entity that you research or get tech for, like, super early, it's actually used as an ingredient. It's kind of neat. Fast wood forestry. I feel like I should be able to go in there. It's so big. Hee hee, that's what she said. Fastest bricklayer in the land. Okay, first we crush. What? Do we not have the recipe to crush quartz yet? I can't make crushed quartz. We can't make glass. Until we have quartz processing. Which requires 45 pi SciPac 1s. So, error. I am unable to proceed. You can melt the ore directly? Oh. Look for glass in the tech tree. You mean this? Glass technologies? Okay, so we got a crystal mine. So no need for the crusher yet then. Just skip that step and just put down 2 glassworks perhaps. Empty petri dish recipe. Molten glass from quartz ore. Okay. That works. This wants fuel. No input fluid. Input fluid? So we need like coal gas? Yeah. Well shit. Coal gas is really far away though. Yet. Oh nice, automobilism's complete. Can we make a car? Not that hard to make a car, apparently. Bum, 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 bum. 600 plate. To build a car requires a light armor. Engine units. I'm guessing you can't pocket craft engine units? Is that why it's... Oh, you can. Probably don't have the aluminum plate. Oh, sick. Light armor gives 20 bonus inventory. I didn't realize that. Very useful. Guess I do want one of those to wear. Yeah, there's... I have a spare glass works. I built 2 of them. I thought that I needed 2 because I was going to have to do crushed into whatever... Well, I do need 2 to actually make the glass. But yeah, go ahead and take it. It's fine. I'm building a car right now, and then I'm gonna... I guess... try to get gas down there, or maybe it makes more sense to just, you know, build it up here somewhere. By the fluids. Like, by the tar pit. Which, remember, this will explode, apparently, if we let it get to 1 million. There are no enemies, no. Default. you have a better place to put the glassworks? Berkovic? Here, I'll just put the other one that I have in your inventory. Then I'm gonna go pick up the other one, actually. Just too far away. If I didn't have to use liquid fuel, I wouldn't mind it, but... I agree, HyperKitty. It is surprising how simple. Like, I mean, it's still... It's a look at how long... There's a lot. It's a lot that you have to craft, but... From a complexity standpoint, it is quite simple. And you don't have to pocket craft. I'm just... filthy pocket crafter. I guess we just go back to putting it into a box, and then... the actual processing can be done where there's liquid fuel. I wonder, can you use the fluid mining drill on iron ore? No. Surely I can steal some small parts and bolts from some machine somewhere to make this car a little faster. Give this, give these. Yeah, in case anyone else missed it, by the way, the light armor, despite there being no enemies, is worth crafting because it's gives you an extra 20 inventory, which is pretty substantial. It's very noticeable. Okay, cancel the car again and then re-queue it. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. It's taken us 5 hours, 34 minutes, 51 seconds to make 1,000 automation science packs. Wow. Wow. Whoa, check out the animation on this thing. Watch all these little fins. Dog's sweet. Yeah, that looks really cool. If only it was running non-stop. This looks wrong. These need filters, that's why. This is supposed to only move whole. Almost have a car. I do have a fair bit of quartz. Where did the glass miners go? Erkovic, were you the one? Yeah, okay, so up here. And we're just hooking into coal gas. And that means we've got glass. There, it's working. I did a thing. Slash, Erkovic did a thing. Oh, cool. Check out the animation on that thing. Watch these. Nice. This only makes 2 per second. This could use 16. Well, that's not a lot of glass, but we have 10 whole glass in the box, Ming. You needed it for something. I'll be right back one more time. I am back. Apologize for the prolonged delay. Oh, we do have... Yeah, heavy armor is... Well, we have not made a single side pack 1. That's going to take a while. 40 inventory bonus, nice. Also, sometimes they make it so that, oh, cool. Quality of life research. There's just research to just make you have more stuff. 5% movement speed? Hell yeah. Gotta get that player crafting speed 20%, man. For sure. I'm a pocket crafting wizard. Let's see, so heavy armor. Does it use light armor as a ingredient? It does not. Intermetallics. Latex slabs. Simple circuit boards. Duralumin. Oh god. What on earth? Ah, that's funny. Look at the very bottom of the tooltip. Rocket capacity. Too heavy for a rocket. The heavy armor is apparently really heavy. Hehe. When did I get into Factorio? Oh, I've been playing since before it was released. I played in the time when you had to download it, you know, from the Factorio website, and it wasn't on Steam, and your character looked weird. It was like a stick figure. I remember when mining drills were not... They didn't have like a fancy graphic. They just looked like a spinning circle thing. Does that mean trees are a thing? Trees. Is it about to happen? Glass. Three seedlings. Where do they get? Oh, over here? Okay. Wait. Moss is a module? Huh. Products, 8x moss. And then you can use the moss itself to then make it do the thing faster? Huh. Weird. Well, clearly you should fill every single module slot, right? Like right away? Yeah, negative 245 pollution per minute. Pollution's kind of irrelevant because there aren't biters. I think. Again, that's not... I didn't disable them because I'm pansy or anything, but because, it's just not a thing. They're not part of the default map. Can you put more than one in? No. So yeah, now it's negative 500 pollution per second. Interesting. Where's this, muddy sludge come from? Is that this thing down here making it? Probably. Soil and a washer mixed together make mud. Oh, is this the building that required glass? The botanical nursery? Where do you even find that? Great. Look at all this new shit again. The gasifier. Mark 1. I'm gonna have to gasify things. Smiter, welcome to the game. People are slowly but surely arriving. Again, I apologize for starting the stream later than expected today, but hopefully we didn't lose too many Europeans and they can come rejoin too. Yeah, 100-second craft to make moss is quite long. That's really interesting, having moss be the product and a module that can then work on itself. There's nothing really quite like that in, yeah, I guess speed modules would be like the closest. Wait, this is a 16x moss recipe? How are they different? This one wants the same thing except just add some stone. So why is this one on recipe that doesn't? Like, shouldn't we just always do... Alright, I need to... Okay, there are only 2 recipes, I see. Yeah, so it's twice as much and it takes 80 seconds instead of 100 seconds. It's just a ridiculously better. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for the animal husbandry type part for this. The concept of having animals instead of like flying robots is kind of cool. Especially if they can be made to haul things or something. We lack stone. Okay. Well, isn't stone a byproduct being made heavily over here? Pretty sure. Stone is just like created while processing iron ore. So if we take the... I see. Okay, so Ashnitz did consider the thing I said and is making it all into bricks, but we can just use bricks. Just smash the bricks back into sand if you need it. I know we have the recipe for that. It's right here. 4 bricks equals 8 stone. Oh, I made my car and totally forgot. Whoops. Hold on. Fish? I remember fish are a fuel. And they give vehicle acceleration and speed, so I want a fish-powered car. Car cannot be fueled with fish. Why? But why though? Okay, what about wood, log, coal? Any of that give vehicle stuff? Why does it tease me with vehicle acceleration if you can't use it as a fuel? Hey look, solder with an L. I am looking for... Maybe it's in here. Does anyone know if any of these fuels that the car can use provide bonus or not? I don't want to look more. I'm done. Oh, I see. We decided to, yes, belt it. A long belt. Good lord. Oh, wow. Well, I mean, if it works, it works. Sorry. Wait, do we even have repair packs? I can't even fix my car. You hurt me. You damaged my vehicle with your body by 1 point, and now it's gonna have that little stupid indicator forever, and I can't repair it. It's fine. I was gonna hit a tree at some point anyway. Welcome back, Hyper Kitty. Shit. I was trying to drive on the road. I think driving on the road does go faster than not. Damn it. Very hard to drive diagonal. Well, it's funny how people solve problems in completely different ways. Like, I saw this as being absolutely untenable. Like, there's no way I could just belt the quartz. And then I turn around and 3 seconds later there's an absolutely enormous belt. That's the longest belt in our entire base. Why not? But it works. Ugh. Still tired. I want to see if I can actually go faster. 100, 102, 103. Cap out about 103. And off, very clearly not 103. So yeah. Gonna have to build brick roads everywhere. Lead plate. Only took us 6 hours. I don't really know why I feel like this road should exist, but clearly this is a high thoroughfare, high throughput driving area thing. Zinc and lead? Feels like Bob's mods. Okay, those are very clearly robots. So... And there's like a flying thing. Like, why can't we have flying robots already? You know? That's cool animation. The little guy walking back and forth, carrying logs in. Looks sweet. A lot of the animations for these machines look really good. Okay, so trees are also modules. This makes sense. Where do we get tree? Clearly we need more tree. Tree comes from tree seedlings and planter boxes. In the botanical nursery. Tree seedlings description is tree puppy. Created the first log. Success. Nice. That is a lot of variable... Jesus, okay, so we have the pie tank. 10 kiloliters. Made with duralumin and lead. Kiloliters. So that's 10,000 then? I assume? 10,000 liters? And there's 15, then 30, then 40. Wonder why there's so many. Like, why make so many different size tanks? Sometimes you don't need to, you don't want to store that much. Cheap low capacity tank. Medium capacity, long tank. Good capacity tank. This one's me. For those who try to kick the problem down the road instead of solving it. Yeah, that is absolutely me. So, duralumin is, I would assume, aluminum. Actually, duralumin is something I remember from Mistborn. It's a real alloy, I think. It's aluminum with... what's the secondary metal? Shoot. In Mistborn, aluminum is the metal that makes you lose all of your reserves, and duralumin is the compound alloy one that lets you, instead of losing all your reserves, you just burn them really fast with extra power. But I don't remember what it's mixed with. Is it copper? Okay. Well, good, because we have that. What about the aluminium? Okay, so we're already mining aluminum. We just need to either do the research or figure out how to make duralumin. Duralumin is kind of like steel, except with 2 points, right? So you're bum bum. Smelter Mark 1. I do not recognize the icons. I can never tell what I'm looking for. Bum 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 bum. It's just like not one of these, probably. Smelter Mark 1 is in this category. That's why. Why is it on this page instead of on the page with all of the other machines? Smelter Mark 1 is not easy to make. It's going to take some circuit boards. And ceramic. Ceramic is clay, coke, salt. We have clay, we have... No, we have coke, but we don't have salt yet, I don't think. And I'm pretty sure clay is just going to be some soil process that we can do, or maybe already have done. So that part doesn't seem that hard, but... Do we have titanium plate? I feel like we don't yet. Yeah, there's titanium ores that are not too far away, but they're not tapped. Well, Erkovic, I'm kind of looking ahead right now. It seems to me like this Smelter Mark 1 is probably what we need to get built soon. So we need to get ceramics going, and then simple circuit boards. Because without smelter mark 1, we cannot do... I completely forgot what it was. There was... there was something I wanted to do. Oh, right. I was looking through storage tanks. Like, all the various storage tanks require, duralumin. And duralumin is made in a smelter Mark II. Mark 1. Can't just be made in a regular furnace. I think. Yeah, it's only made in smelter. So, without some circuits and without that word that I've already forgotten again, ceramics, we cannot make duralumin. You know you want to look at circuits. I'm scared to, actually. Okay, yeah. So, a simple circuit board is... Yep, sure. This reminds me of Bob's. I remember doing, what were they called in that? Like, tinned copper wire and then, they didn't call it transistors, they called it, like, something. Yeah, I'm fully expecting that all of these have... We need 4 mica, 50x vacuum, 5 copper plate. We need tin plate, glass, coke. We have another thing that needs ceramics, so we're gonna need to definitely get ceramic production online. The battery wants saline water, cellulose, who knows where we find that. Vacuum tubes. We'll need to do graphite. Solder. So to make solder, there are 4 different recipes. We can melt tin and lead and make some. This looks like a much better version. If we can add a little bit of silver, mix it with tar, get even more. Excuse me. I assume that we don't have... sorry. Basic oxygen furnaces yet. Yeah. So we'll need those. So there we go, Erkovic. Circuits. just solve that whole problem for us. It'll be easy. Need zinc, which needs aromatics to mine. I think I remember seeing something that was going to produce aromatics. But I forget what it was. It was when I was up here-ish, looking at something. I think there was an alternative recipe for solder as well. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, so just 4 lead plate, 2 tin plate equals 1 solder. So we don't need to go too nuts with that right away. But clearly, we're gonna want to eventually have like a... almost like a Volcanus setup, where it's all molten in pipes. Which means fluid bus. Just in case, we're at 13% tar capacity. I don't want that thing to explode, it makes me very nervous. You're so lost in the space? I feel like we're solving problems and making progress, but at the same time, it's like playing Factorio for the very first time for me. Like, I don't feel organized at all. I don't feel like... I've been thinking ahead about what this base will end up looking like, and I think it's just gonna just be spaghetti. And we have to accept that. Because... Eventually we'll have trains, and then we'll maybe make it more organized, but like, just gonna be spaghetti. We don't have a mall, we don't have any kind of, like, player stockpile area. There's some brick roads, at least. I have a car. We got that going for us, which is nice. How well has science been actually running with your setup, Ming? Are we actually getting the throughput advertised? Very clearly no. None of them are currently making any packs. What is the shortfall? No planter boxes. Oh, interesting. Small parts on a belt are kind of like scrap in Folgora, where they don't have the same uniform appearance. Like, there's just... It looks like trash. There's just trash everywhere. That's hilarious that, like, we're... Oops. Stop it! We're basically just feeding random bits of garbage into these planter boxes and mixing it with flowers, and that is science? Science is kind of ridiculous. Always struggle with soil. Oh, for science? Or for... Yeah, 2.5 per second. It would require easily 4 inserters just to keep up with soil. So you've got like 3. But... Wait. Why is there no soil on the belt if the soil is stopped here? I guess there is soil right there, barely. I just can't really see it. Looks weird. Like, when I look right here, it looks like the bottom of the belt is empty to me. But I guess that's the circle right there. Might be kind of close to unlocking the first animal text. Let's try to find it. So, land animal stage 1, I assume. Only 70 packs. We could unlock the ability to produce land GMOs based on native alien species and genetic engineering. Unlocks the cage. But we'll need solder and titanium plate. incubators, biocontainers, biosamples. So what does this tech tree stuff look like? And animals into Vrox. Unlocks the Vrox. Peaceful native creatures. They have an insect carapace and are a good source of genetic material. A Vrock paddock. We need microorganism mines. What? Aged rock. Brock. So this is like a barrel, kinda. Three water barrels, 15 native flora, 10 Vrock cocoons, and some moss equals 2 Vrock. Reproductive complex. I'm not seeing exactly like what this does for us though. Aside from the genetic material stuff that it said. Caravan. Alright, what is that a tech? Bum, bum, bum. Oh, zoology. Automation science back. Character logistic requests. Slow-moving land creature with a lack of free will, not too bright, but reliable. Yeah, that looks like robots. That looks like flying robots, basically. That's a logistics robot, I think. Caravan outpost. Yeah, that looks sweet. I will continue to drive around in my car and watch people do that. Hyper Kitty being all useful and productive, not just driving a car around for no reason. Yes, first off, I'm still very tired. I don't sleep well. And, no longer feeling hungover at all, but, feeling a little low energy today. The CEO driving around in a sports car. I'm surprised no one else has made a car. Like, they're not that hard to make. I'd expected more people to be... Shit. Can't even see these. This looks like more ore processing plant, probably. This car is gonna crash. Like, it's gonna get destroyed eventually because I can't repair it. Oh. Air pack is pretty cute. I want more food. I'm hungry. anyone else do like the ADHD thing where you either don't eat at all or you're just hungry all day? Like, today's a food day. I want all of the food. Like, to the point where if I were to go get a meal and eat it, and my belly was completely full and I felt full, I would still want more food. like the ghrelin slash leptin signals are disabled today. I just want food. Hyper Kitty, you wanted a car? Yeah, I saw it. You were pretty far away. It's a long way to run over there. That iron mine. The biggest thing is the engines. The 8 engines take a lot of resources to craft. I could almost make another car. I'll make a car for you. Need steel. Oop, sorry, almost ran you over. I should not likely be driving the car in the middle of the base. Whoops. That's rude of me. My bad. Steel was south. I know there was a box somewhere. Oh, yeah, it just dead ends right before the boss. Got it. Thank you. That's a lot of wood. That's what she said. You need a ride somewhere, Meg? I'm gonna go put food in the microwave. I need food. I'll be right back. Unless Ming tells me he needs to go somewhere, and then I'll play chauffeur. Be right back. Your wife will often ask, "Did you eat lunch?" And I'll say in a bit, and then look outside and it's night. That'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll feel that way. Today. Blackened chicken Alfredo is the plan. Okay, where is this gravel discussion happening? Because, like, I'm falling behind on products. I don't understand the recipe you're talking about. I'm mostly up to date with, like, the moss and the tree stuff, but, like... What are we doing? Saline? What? Shouldn't be difficult to increase stone. Like, we have a... There's a stone mine over here that's not tapped and very close. Feels like... Are we still, like, really far away from electric mining drills? Next science back. Mining machines, there we go. Okay. There's a mining machine called a Scrubber Mark 1. Scrubbing with solids and fluids, macho version. This is not a mining machine. Flotation cell, hydroclassifier, impact crusher, centrifuge, rectisol, mixer, ball mill. Am I wrong? Is this a mining machine? I feel like in the mining machine tech, one of these should be a mining machine. Should it not? Never mind. Electric mining drill. It's 45 pi SciPac 1s. No, 50, and they take 45 seconds. It would be nice to get out of the burner mining drill phase. Sorry, I got stuck on a belt. Fixing. I need to go mix my fucking chicken Alfredo in a sec. I'm not making circuit boards. You can't convince me to sign up for that task. That is too much. Evie, you seem to know a lot about this mod. Why don't you join and make the make some circuit boards? Go ahead. Just do it. You're back. Okay. Blackened chicken Alfredo. Hope you're all hungry. With garlic and pepper. Very yummy. I made the absolutely horrible mistake of reading the news just now. I don't know why I keep subjecting myself to this. Reading the news never makes anyone feel better. Apparently, someone was murdered in Indianapolis, or in Minneapolis by an ICE agent. Quote, she was trying to turn around and the ICE agent was in front of her car and he pulled out a gun and put it right in, like his midriff was on her bumper, and he reached across the hood of her car and shot her in the face 3 or 4 times. That's enough internet for today. I'm really concerned, though, about the precedent that that sets and whether or not there's going to be any accountability. Like, that was murder. You can't just not do something about it, right? If the federal government allows for people who work for the ICE department, which stands for something, I forget what it's called, though. Why am I subjecting it to you as well? Well, it's like the only news. It's a big deal. It's gonna be on every single channel. Every news outlet, every website is gonna be talking about it today. It's like the news, the thing. So, you're not gonna be able to avoid it, unfortunately. But, yeah, if they can just do that and there's no consequences, then that is functionally no different than the Gestapo, or than, whatever they called them before, Secret Service. Not Secret Service, that's a normal and fine thing, but the SS. Right? I don't think that that's a wild take. I think that that's pretty direct. A comparison. We live in the dumbest timeline. Bum, bum, bum. If someone, like, showed up at your house, and without identifying themselves, while wearing hooded, cloaked figure type stuff, wearing masks, tried to take you away from your family, and throw you into the back of a car, and do whatever, take you wherever they want, whatever. Is it not reasonable to say that you fear for your life? Are you not entitled to self-defense? Yeah, no, Talkmore's right. Like I said, I shouldn't have read the news. Shouldn't have opened it. Doesn't make anything better. Doesn't help. I will just eat my pasta. And then continue to stare at the ridiculous amount of work required to make circuits. Alright. Simple circuit boards. I feel like the easiest way for us to make progress here is to break it down into tasks and have, like, one person work on each thing. Because this is going to be a big thing. Big build, it's just going to take a lot, right? Or maybe we do this. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. To-do list. Fusion battery, which I assume is copper zinc. Cu. This might be unnecessary, but I like the concept of it. Creating tasks and then allowing people to take the task. Like, it does seem like a pretty reasonable way to organize things. Or I'll just do this and no one will ever look at it again, which is entirely fine, also. Oops, damn it. I like little picture. Bum 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 bum. Many hands make light work type concept. Like, this won't be that hard if we break it down into smaller tasks. Keep it simple. Have I heard of Foreman? I assume that's a mod. Probably does something similar to this. Is that the general idea? I've never used it. Hopefully the tasks can still be, like, retroactively edited, too. Yeah, they can be. So, like, if we want to break this down into smaller parts, and anyone that, you know, wants to, you don't have to, you can do your own thing, it's fine. But, if you wanted to, like, make progress toward this, like, just grab a task and do it wherever the hell you want. And then understand that all these tasks that are currently on the list will eventually merge together to form circuits. So, yeah, how many green circuits do you need in base Factorio? Infinite? So, like, how big of a build would we want to do here? Probably just make one machine that can do it to start. So if we did have a machine making the circuits, let's see what rate calculator says it would need and support. Simple circuit boards can be made in a chip shooter machine. Okay, so I can't even do rate calculator unless I... Wait, I can do this on a sandbox mode. Chip shooter. Alright, so if this thing is making those... One machine makes 0.75 a second, and it needs these numbers to support it. So that would be the simplest way to just try, right? Enough to support one machine. And then we could always add more. Just... Bum, 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 bum. Bum. And solar. So if we had multiple little builds, and each build took care of one of these tasks and produced that much stuff, it would be enough to run one circuit machine. Still seems like a lot. Seems a little overwhelming. Oh, where did Hyperkitty go? I made you a car. Gotta keep my hands crafting while I'm just eating, right? Oh, nice. Repair packs. I can fix my car now. Is that about that mod, Edis? Foreman? I'll take a look. Oh, I've seen mods like, or not mods, but I've seen websites like this for planning. Some people really like this aspect of planning their base. They find the visualization really helpful. I like to stick with spaghetti, but yeah, a smarter person than I would probably do it this way. Doesn't that sound weird, by the way? That English, that phrase, a smarter person than I. It is correct. That is how you're supposed to say it. And yet most people, most Americans in particular, would say they would say me. They would, you know, smarter than me. Which is ironic and kind of funny. It doesn't sound right. I know. It doesn't, but it is. You would never say, smarter than me am. Correct? That obviously sounds wrong. If you would not say, smarter than me am, you should say, smarter than I am. You have to follow through with the verb. Follow through with the verb at the end of the sentence is what gets removed. And without it, it isn't as clear what's correct. Bum, bum, bum. Woo! Doing donuts in the quad. Oops. Well, the factory is growing. Not that I've done much lately, aside from drive my car around, but it is a very tight fit. Ooh, is that aromatics? Yeah. A destructive distillation column makes aromatics. Okay. 1.9k carbon dioxide? That's a lot. Is this gonna be one of those things where, like, we want the aromatics, so we just keep making carbon dioxide even if we don't need it, just to get the byproduct? Should we flare stack the carbon dioxide? Yeah, Princess Luna, yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I know we have the tech for that. There's something in here that burns stuff. I don't know what it's called, though. Bum, bum, bum. Perhaps it's on a different tab? This is where, like, the tech got ahead of me, and I'm just not sure what I'm looking for. But I know it exists. What if I just search for flare? No, that's what they're called in Bob's mods. Vent? Burn? Maybe it's in the codex? Tech gets ahead of you in single player too? Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to keep up. Like, for me, it bothers me when there's this little indicator, and I want to hover over everything that's new so that it doesn't, you know, I want to clear it. But it's, like, impossible to keep up. There's just too many. Thiefy, do you know the name of the machine that I'm thinking of or looking for? Some sort of machine that burns fluids, burns gases. Like, we want to vent this carbon dioxide. But you've been trying to remember? Okay. I feel like it's an early tech. Like, we had it pretty early yesterday. Smoke, maybe? No. You can shift plus hover. Shift plus hover. Oh. Wow, nice. That's a lot faster. That is a big deal. No, I tried flare stack. Flare doesn't work either. Not called flare stack. Exhaust. Exhaust pipe. It's just exhaust pipe. Okay. Oh, thanks. Allele. I'm standing right next to one. It's right there. There's an exhaust pipe right here. It's not hooked up to anything, though. Interestingly. The car is stuck. Alright, so right now the... carbon dioxide is going all the way down to here, and that's the only place that it's being used. I mean, should we just maybe just put it at the end? Just at the very end, and then... Bum, bum, bum. Or would it be better to use a pump? We have tech to actually do fluid storage now, outside of tailing ponds, but I don't think any of these can even be made. Or maybe not. I just need lead. With lead, I can make a basic one. Ooh, blue stuff. What is this blue stuff? That, oh, that's tin. Wow, what a belt. Seems to be missing belts in some places, or are those undergrounds? I assume they must be undergrounds because you've got stuff on the belt. Huh. Wonder how much it burns at once. Discussion on the fastwood turd. That's such a... Okay, so, if you missed it earlier, I didn't know about this until today, but apparently there is a thing. So if you hover over the Pyanodon Codex, and then open up the turd page with Alt-click, Princess wants to discuss the... What was it called? The... Yeah, fastwood turd. So, fastwood. So, these are the three options. Dry storage allows logs to rest several days in the sun to remove excess moisture and improve fiber quality by weight. Turd recipe replacement. Do you think that they made it turd on purpose? I feel like that's likely. Okay, so the normal recipe is 10 wood equals 2 raw fiber. This recipe is 10 wood equals 8 raw fiber. And biomass. And fiber. Okay, or remove branches and excess bark during the cutting as preparation for further processing. The second stage of wood processing becomes much faster. 4 logs become 20 wood, instead is 4 logs become 40 wood in 1/4 the time. Well, wood has been sort of a shortage for science, right? The actual wood, not the not logs, but wood on the belt, I think was a production shortfall at one point. But what about now? Looks like there's plenty of wood. Now that we have the, this whole thing going and this planned. Lastly, use sticks, wood chips, and leaves to fuel an internal burner. The burner will generate part of the electricity consumed by the building. Those hungry trees will need more ash to grow. Internal burner, real speed plus 50%. I don't know what real speed means. It's just adding a stone furnace to the recipe, right? I think that's the only difference. Oh, I see. Okay. So, reduces energy consumption of the wood processing and also consumes more ash. So it's like maybe a way to control ash. Because it goes from 30 to 60. Nothing else changes. It's still 40-second craft. It's still the same amount of wood product. I don't know how valuable biomass and fiber are, but yeah, how do you this is a very difficult thing to know, but you only get to choose one, I'm pretty sure. So what do you guys think? Anyone else? Feedback? We are running low on power. Well, we have not been making any more multi-blade fish turbines. Like, no one's been keeping up with that. We haven't automated that. We could just do the standard renewable power type thing that you do in Base Factorio, where you make the blueprint of the big thing and then just keep on adding more. In this case, fish turbines, not solar panels. In fact, getting a single machine automating fish turbines would probably completely solve power. Although it does have that variance. Small issue. True, we could just not pick one right now, but it also sort of seems like it'd be really easy to forget that these exist, and then just not get any benefit. Might as well have some benefit, right? Personally, I lean toward fiber seeming like the most important. Like, the second option makes wood processing faster and you get twice as much wood. Okay, great. Or you could just build the build again and just do 2 of it. Doing 2 of it is the very Factorio solution, right? So, what's the point? The other, third one kind of feels similar to me as well, because if it's just saving power, just build more power. We already have ways to process ash. I don't think you need the wood industry to consume more ash to, like, manage your ash belts. You just need to build more these, which are not running because there's no coal dust space, because this belt cannot put the coal dust. There's no prioritization on the coal bus. Yeah, actually ash processing is completely shut down right now. Yeah, I mean, that's my take on it, but I'm open. It's not a dictatorship. What do you mean? Without understanding or knowing what fiber does, just seeing that it would give fiber seems probably useful. It does make the recipe take twice as long, but you get 4 times the fiber and biomass, and you get actual fiber, not just raw fiber. Yep, I don't know. I've done my diligence, now someone else pick it. I'm delegating to someone else, I don't want to... Ooh. Just better. What is this? You seem like you're running way faster, so this must be better than... Where are we making concrete? Nice. 5 machines making concrete. Badass. $250% walk speed? Jesus. Refined concrete is 350%. Interesting. And hazard concrete is 50%. That's cool. How much harder would it be to take it one further step and make refined concrete? Just actually jump over regular concrete. If you've already got the lime, gravel, sand stuff going, all you gotta do is merge in some iron and steel. And then we could have 350% walk speed. Damn. We don't have iron? Oh. I mean, it is very noticeable. Zoom zoom. Like, wow. Yeah, we would have no iron, for sure, for sure. But look how fast we could run. Like, imagine this, but 350 instead of 250. Wow. It'd be like having legs. Isn't it fun just to run on the road? Like, yeah, I enjoy it. Ming, I thought you got just like turned around when you were in the sandbox mode. You're gonna try to upgrade, figure it out? Planet Novice. Weird. So because I was in the sandbox, it didn't show me your ping as like a location. It just changed it to Planet Novice. It's kind of weird. I think that getting electric mining drills and then like really ramping up base iron and everything is pretty reasonable. I think electric mining drills would just require a short bit of attention toward the second science pack. We just need 50. Sci pack 1. So oh, we don't even have the tech for it. Yeah, a short bit of attention. Yep. But to be able to do the Pi Sci Pack 1, we first need to spend 90 more automation science packs. Oh no, we have a lot of tech required. Yeah, wow. We need hydrogenation plastics. What the hell is that? Genetics stage 1, biotechnology machines, xenobiology, rocks, rendering, latex, Then we can do it. Okay, so they're not that close. They are incapable of being placed too close, Erakovic. If you try, it just will fail. Like, as you get far enough away, it'll hit there. See how... They know. They can sense the neighbors, and they get mad. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want, we could move them into like a big open area and start doing like a power thing, you know, like here. I'll bum, bum, bum. It does make sense to maybe open this area up because we got a lot of belting going on. Where could power go? Probably fine to put it all up here because, like, well above whatever would be a bus. Bum 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 bum. Big sand rock. It's kind of annoying that I can't see it. I can see it, but I can't see it through this because the radar. Bum 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 bum. And I guess we need poles between them here as well. There may have been a better way to do the power lines, but this shall work. We may want to actually connect them to the power grid. Oh, there's a new recipe for electric poles. If we use treated wood, you get even more. Wow. A lot of redundant poles for the sake of symmetry. Exactly. Yep. You know exactly why I did it. And you concur that it was correct, yes? It's the only option. There's no other way. Did we actually end up clicking the button, by the way? Did someone click the button on the turd? Or did everyone just, yeah, everyone's just... Okay, well, if no one else is gonna make any other arguments, then I don't know, dry storage makes most sense to me. I think it's really an interesting concept, this whole turd upgrades. Cowards. Nice. Good job, princess. When do we next get one? Is that like, it's just gonna be stuff we see in tech, right? Tech tree? So perhaps... maybe you can just search for like t.u. Oh. Turd reselect. You can reselect your turds. For the small price of 700 science packs. Well. 700x. Interesting how it's 106321 as well, like it's... wow. That's a lot of science. Just to play with turds. Maybe we can search for upgrade. Yeah. There's another one that we could already research, Moondrop upgrade. Let's take a look at what Moondrop is. Moondrop upgrade. Moondrops have several copper-containing enzymes that play an important role in photosynthesis, respiration, and the formation of lignin. This process requires soil rich in copper, and is what gives them their distinct bluish color. Certain soils naturally contain trace amounts of copper, however, the addition of raw copper ore into the fertilization routine will improve the crop yield. So, we could research this, but I don't think we're doing anything with moondrops yet, right? So I guess until we actually are using moondrops, there's really no reason to try to pick. Unless someone secretly is doing moondrops somewhere. Can I make refined concrete in my pocket? Probably not, right? Automated Factory Mark 1? We have that? We do not. Huh. Oh, interesting. Blue assembly machine is still a burner. It's just a burner assembly machine Mark II. I guess these are the only ones then that are not going to be burners. The presumably big ass. How do you open other players' inventory? If you are a administrator in a server, then you are able to click on people and see their inventory. If you are a non-administrator, you cannot. Oh, nice. Ceramic. Well, what time is it? 5? Been going for 3 hours, 48 minutes today. Probably give it like another half hour or so, and then blueprint shotgun time. Yeah, I wanna learn about this. Build blueprints, mine entities, destroy cliffs, suck up items on the ground, and fulfill item requests. I've never used this mod before. A shotgun that can build. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, it needs 5 simple circuit boards. Good luck. I love running on this concrete, man. It's so fun. You don't even need a car. Need some iron. This is supposed to be connected, isn't it? There's a missing belt here. So, half the steel? No, they made products. Oh, you did that on purpose, sorry. Were you trying to limit the, steel production a bit? I'm sure that that chest that holds steel is probably still full. We're probably overproducing steel. No, it's only 481 actually. Oh, I'm tired. I want to eat more food. I don't know what I'm looking for right now. Hey, it's Stockmore. 350% walking speed. Ooh-wee. Alright, I need to play with this. It's all we have so far, but man. Zoom zoom. Meow. 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 That is sweet. It's totally worth the medal. Absolutely no reason to stop. We need more. More! It's so fast, it makes the regular concrete feel slow now. Like, this feels slow. I'm definitely going to use as much iron as I can on concrete. Refined concrete, excuse me. Oh, I kind of also want to try making some of the hazard concrete, just out of curiosity, to see if the 50% move speed is useful. No reason to make... Wait. Yeah, there's really no value whatsoever to refined hazard concrete over regular hazard concrete. They both have 50%. They just look slightly different. It's so still silly. Like, it's like your character, like the way he runs, like it's like you suddenly just decide to do wind sprints, like Alright, let's try this. Is it better having it, or is it just sort of... I don't know. You've acquired cat. Where's my cat? Yeah. Hazard concrete actually slowing you down is Kind of fascinating. I think that it's not strictly necessary, but like there are circumstances where maybe it'd be useful. Yeah, I remember a long time ago though. There's pretty easy to make blueprintable little train crossings that will actually like block your ability to cross if there's a train coming, and then like the gate will not let you get run over. So that still seems to me like the more elegant solution than just putting hazard concrete. What if you what if you put hazard concrete around a train station, like a train crossing, and then you actually get run over because you can't run fast enough because you're on the hazard concrete? That'd be pretty funny. Hey Purcell, what's going on? We just got 350% move speed concrete. Check it out. So fast. I mean, that really makes the base seem smaller now. Being able to zoom across the base this quick. That's actually probably why they did that. The fact that Pyanodon requires mega basing, I bet that they increased movement speed just for that reason alone. Whoa. The tailing ponds take on the color of the fluid that they're holding? That's cool. I just assumed that they were the same, but that one's got pink stuff in it. Cool. Also, our tar is gone. Wow. We had like 150,000 tar, and it is now empty. What are we spending tar on? We are no longer making coal. Because... oh, carbolic oil. Yeah, I'm actually kind of confused. How did the tar come out of the tailings pond? If there's no pump, like, I thought that a tailings pond was unable to... It does say you may need a pump. Maybe certain fluids don't, and certain ones do. Because it looks like it's just behaving like a normal storage tank or something. Only 7 hours in? Yeah, 7 hours, 42 minutes. We have, Ming made this. So we have automated fairly well Science Pack 1. Iron is still a bit short, I would say. But wood is really kicking in. Got plenty of wood. That's what she said. Yeah, there's 73,000 aromatics. Actually, it looks like it doesn't need a pump. Notice how there's 73k of 1 million, and there's 7.3 of 100. That means that it's perfectly balanced. Like, the amount that's in this pump, or this pipe right now, is equal to the percent that's in this. So it's treating it like one big pipe, just like normal. Zinc mining. Ain't nobody got time for zinc mining. Definitely difficult to perfectly stop on a single width walkway. It would be probably still reasonable to make them two width. Lack of coal? But there is coal. I have no idea where the tar came from in the first place, really. Just these two machines, I assume. Products finished 8,700. We really probably barely make very much tar per second, and it's just that was, you know, the purpose of the tailing pond. This consumes so much tar. That's the thing that makes the aromatics, right? Oh, also yeah, so we're getting aromatics, but like the carbon dioxide is vented, so like it can just consume endless. Is not having tar a bad thing right now? Like, is it actually stopping anything important? You're almost free from the iron mine? Have you been trapped there for a while? It's a good looking build. One thing that we had noticed, and we ended up doing in a different location for iron, was this thing over here. So you could maybe consider either like doing it similar, or I don't know, just compare it. The stone can be compressed if it's made into bricks, and then it's half as much. Well, it's like double throughput, right? Bricks are a lot better for belt throughput if we need it, but because you can always crush the bricks back into sand or stone later. But that's maybe not even worth doing. Yeah, I mean, just having like a vanilla stone belt is useful for like rail and stuff, so I'm sure that that's probably still the case. However you want to do it. I am sleepy. Ugh. We can make tar a different way now? True. Garrigan plus water plus sulfur. Wow. Later on, we can do things like use small parts plus a drill head plus 50 drilling fluid type 2 equals 300 tar. So Pump Jack Mark 1 will require drill heads and small parts inputs. Like an ongoing drain of drill heads. Certainly realistic. Mining drills just working forever does kind of seem silly if you think about it for a sec. I'm just happy that we have a refined concrete path. This is the best thing we've done today. It's just so satisfying. Ooh, I want to drive a car on it now. This is not a horrible idea. I was able to go like 103 on brick. It does say walking speed, so I wonder if that... Oh yeah, oh yeah, you can get going real quick. I can go faster backwards than I used to go forwards. The momentum is pretty interesting. Easy. Excuse me. It's not really a great location for that, actually. Leafy, I'm gonna break as many pipes as I want, alright? Ming must be off in the sandbox world. Actually, I think I can look at his. There's a... Yeah, wait, hold on. You go here, and then that. Yeah. I can see you. Output signals fuel. The big plan. Taking advantage of the extra distance underground belts is kind of interesting too. It's not? It's not what? All of this only makes 2 belts of iron plate. Really? Oh, you don't have power to the machines on the right. That's why rate calculator got freaked out. With this recipe, meaning the refined or processed iron ore. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's still the only one that we have. We haven't gotten any upgrades yet. Any other upgrades? Well, think about how much refined concrete we could make if you built this in the real world. We could put refined concrete everywhere. Alright, well, it's about 5:30. I'm gonna do another session of this tomorrow, but earlier. Probably around 10 a.m. is the plan. Like yesterday's session. So, give you guys like 5 more minutes if you're mid-project, but yeah, I'm gonna wrap up pretty soon. Getting late. Europeans gotta get some sleep, right? Smashing your car and everything around, yeah, that's how I use it. You close? Okay. We'll wait for you. Fine. Just don't expect me to do anything productive. I'm just gonna stand around. Shoot the shit with people. Actually, I want to check out some of those other surfaces that people have been going in. There is a surface called Player. Interesting. Hawkmore built something. Very nice. Ming is the only one really taking advantage of the sandbox feature right now. It must be nice though to just instantly have all the machines and be able to place them and think out loud. What's the purpose of the squiggly belts? Is it just because you don't have long-headed inserters? I would guess. Probably. What is sleep? Well, it's a thing I'm going to continue to try to do. I'm doing a good job of not getting too obsessed with Factorio. And streaming for 20 hours or whatever. Take a look at where long-headeds are. So it's paired with fast inserters. Holy crap! We don't get long-headed inserters till the 4th tech? Good lord. Okay then. That's really surprising. Don't furnace columns look so much cleaner without electric poles everywhere? It's like, it's awesome. Sweet. How you don't have to have electric poles for the inserters. Just so much more friendly. Okay, well, if HyperKitty's all set, then yeah, we'll take a save and we'll wrap up for tonight. Till tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out today. I'm gonna go find more food. Alright, see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a good night.